Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means the world. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, and also worth mentioning, if you would like to get the monthly general overview that I do, that you will only get if you are on my mailing list, you can join that on the link below. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you, Taurus. What is going on in your world? All right. And the Lovers card seems to want out. So the Lovers card represents choice. It represents your ability to choose, right? This is one of the cards that came up in the weekly general overview. You should check it out. It's going to be an intense week for all of us. This card is coming up and the message that I'm being told to give you is remember you can choose. At any given moment, even if you don't like the options that you've been given, you have been given a choice, and that's where you get to exercise your truest desire, which is ultimately linked to your free will. Even if the choices you are given are crap and you think, well, that's a load of bollocks, do you know what I mean? Like, between a rock and a hard place, you still have a choice. You still have a moment where you can consciously make a choice, right? It's up to you to make that decision and not allow yourself to be swayed by anyone or anything. Now, on the other side of it, the Lovers card represents love. It represents relationships, right? So this week, in some way, shape or form, love and relationships are going to feature for you, which is really nice. It's great. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to what decisions you're making this week. And ultimately, when it comes to your relationships, pay attention to why you are making specific decisions in those relationships. That could be personal, it could be professional, but it could also be platonic. And this is across the board, right? In all of your relationships, but especially your personal relationships. This week you need to pay attention to why you're making certain decisions in your relationship and what that actually means for you or to you. Direction card, let's give it some context. And this relates to the Seven of Wands, right? Seven of Wands is about defending your viewpoint or standing your ground. It's about, saying, I'm not moving from this viewpoint. Very interesting then that you get the Lovers card, which is about making choice. So this choice that you're making, this decision that you're making in your relationships, but especially your personal relationship, comes from a place where you are feeling like you either need to defend yourself or justify something. And if that is the case, as you've seen with the Destiny card, ask yourself why. Where is that feeling coming from within you? And what does it mean to you? What can you do with that now that you've got the understanding? Remember, none of this is set in stone. I don't always don't get me wrong, when I see a prediction, when I see a prophecy, when I read my cards, I know prophecy. When I see it, I see even now, I know it, right? Sometimes, though, not even sometimes, I always try to get across to people, your decisions are always factored into everything that you see, right? So we read the cards to give you an idea of how things are going to go so that you can make certain decisions when certain things pop up. I'm not giving you a blueprint or a set in stone carving of your life. I'm giving you information that you can work with so that you can make the best decision for yourself and for your life path. So when it comes to feeling like you either need to defend yourself or justify yourself in a personal relationship this week, ask yourself why and where that feeling is coming from. If it isn't coming from, if you search, if you do a systems check and go, okay, well, that's not coming from me, then that's on you to say to that other person or that other party or those other people, actually, I am defending or justifying this because you are X, Y, and Z, right? Going to be an interesting week for all of us. If you haven't seen it yet, check out the weekly general overview. I think it's going to give you a big insight into what's happening for everybody. It's going to be a serious week. So the insight, that's the second time that's happened as well. This happened in the last one, right? So First card out, the Justice card, coupled with the Lovers, this represents a big choice that will need to be made. It could very well be something of a legal or a contractual nature. This is about negotiations is a big part of what's going on for you this week, Taurus. This could be you negotiating a new job, negotiating a better deal. This could be you finding or signing a contract when it comes to not necessarily a living dwelling, but something about work or professional sphere, right? Then you've got the Hermit card, which suggests that for a lot of you, this week you may very well just want to be alone. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's got nothing to do with this stuff that's going on in the relationship. It's just like, you know what? I just need a fucking minute to myself. It's not personal. I'm not punishing anyone. I'm not shutting myself off and hiding. I just want some time alone. And sometimes it really is the best decision that you can make, is just to have a day, a few hours, switch off the phone, shut the laptop, whatever it is to you, right? Or even, and I did not say this, chuck a sickie. Right, I do not encourage said behaviour. All jokes aside, if you can feel that you are in a rough place and you think, do you know what, I just need a day to get my bits and pieces back together, but you know deep down, if you don't take that day out now, it will cost you about 6 weeks when you crash later on. Is it not better to take that one day so that you can avoid the 6-week crash? That's what I'm going to put it to you. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you know, all of you go and skive off your jobs. I mean, you're Taurians anyway. Most of you would work if you had an arm hanging off. You know, it's just part of who you guys are. Like, I've seen, and this is across the board, men and women Taurians. You guys could be sick, coughing, sputtering, nose like Rudolph, you know, like literally eyes swollen shut, and you'll still show up to work. And I'm like, I look at those people like, damn, you got some dedication, boy, because there's me over here, I'm like, oh, I need to go home and take a rest because I'm not feeling well. That was the old me. You know, I very rarely actually chucked sickies, to be fair, but I always knew in my heart of hearts when I needed a break, and I'm very good at setting that boundary for myself to say, no, this is where I draw the line. If I need to take that time to make sure that I'm okay now, to continue that longevity, then I will do so. And that's what I'm saying to you. Give yourself permission to look after yourself this week. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I'm so sorry I waffled at you. I really hope this resonates and it helps you in some way, shape or form. Take care, and I'll see you soon.